What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. It's a great day to be out today, and I know I've been kind of talking about motorcycles in my previous videos, but today I kind of want to start bringing in my other vehicles. This year's my 2011 Corvette. That's a terrible shot of it, but oh well. I should kind of put in some, get some shots hopefully later on, but today I kind of just want to show you or kind of talk about the vehicle and give you pros and cons, whether you should daily drive a Corvette or not. I've had it for what, 3 years. Daily drove it 2 years before I got my Corvette, and then just a couple months ago I had the motorcycle, and I'm kind of still bummed about it, but I'll give you guys update videos shortly. But anyways, guys, let's head on the video. If you guys are cooling down with that, let's go. Alright guys, so we made it to the spot. This here right behind me is my 2011 Corvette. I've had it for 3 years now. I've daily driven it for the first 2 years actually, but surprisingly, here in Colorado, you don't really want to be daily driving sport cars or anything like that. But since I've been daily driving it for 2 years, I don't daily drive it now. My daily is, well, it used to be kind of the Yamaha R6, but before that was the 2019 Dodge Charger. That is a way better daily driver. Not only is it all-wheel drive, sure it's not a V8 like I wanted to, but they didn't make it a V. They don't make V8 versions of those as all-wheel drive. So I have to stick to the V6. So it's all right. It's all right. This here's my baby, my sports car, my everything really. The other two, yeah, I care about them and all that, but this right here, for me, this is where it's at. So I kind of just wanted to talk to you about like pros and cons. 6 pros and 6 cons maybe. Being a 6th generation Corvette, you know what it is, you already know. So I'm gonna start off with cons really. There's a lot of them. One, it being low. Come on guys, check this out. Check this out. You see how low that is? I don't even know how to. It's not that low for certain people, but honestly, that's pretty low. That's pretty low to the ground, and you're gonna have a whole bunch of people commenting or honking at you. I can't even start to tell you. Can't even begin to tell you how many people have honked at me just because I'm going slow on speed bumps or dips or curves or stuff like that. Like, come on, chill. Like, if you rode with me a day, you'd understand the low life, the low stance life, and all that. Sure. And I can't even tell you, if you put a lip on there, it's pretty much gonna scratch it up. You pretty much have to know what you're doing. You got to know how to be able to drive a low vehicle, and it's not really that easy. And clearance levels, I can't even tell you how much things I've hit just because I don't know how low or how many curves I hit because with that front end. It's a little embarrassing. That's why I always back up and I don't go nose first, even though a whole bunch of people do that. They're like, oh, why do you always back up? One, it looks better. Two, I don't want to hit my front. I don't want to hit the curb with my front end. So yeah, you got that. So two, gas. I don't even want to tell you how much this thing gets on gas. I have to, especially with gas prices being like $4 here in Colorado. 91 is what, $4.30, $4.40, somewhere around there. And it takes about at least over $80, $70, $80 to fill up, depending. I usually go Exxon. Other places are a lot cheaper, but they're still like $4.20, something like that, $4.20. But yeah, gas is expensive. This thing's here is a monster. That's why I don't mind having a V6 Charger. It's a lot cheaper to fill up. It takes me about, and don't get me wrong, even that thing takes about what, $50, $60 to fill up, and that's no joke. That's why I prefer that Yamaha R6 during the summertime. It took about what, $16 to fill up. Damn, I missed that thing. But yeah, update video on that coming real soon. All right guys, the third con is pretty much this thing. Its turn radius sucks. I know that's why they make, I forgot what they're called, but pretty much they help the vehicle's turn radius, and a lot of people with Corvettes told me that they get that to help with the turn radius. So it's a lot easier on the steering wheel, and you're able to make sharper turns, which I know these don't make sharp turns. You pretty much have to kind of take it a little wide to be able to make turns. So this is stock right now. I definitely have a whole bunch of plans to be able to make it on my personal vehicle, you know, my personal custom race car, if you must, or whatever, if you will. But yeah, I definitely do not want, I said that for 3 years. This thing is still stock. I haven't really modified it I know I've always wanted exhaust. I wanted diffuser. I wanted a front lip. Just want a whole bunch of things on this vehicle, but I just couldn't. I could just keep spending money on different things that I really don't need. Like I bought a Yamaha R6. I didn't really need it, but you know what? I definitely wanted it. But that's one thing I definitely need to get better on, is buying things I don't need. All right, number 4, storage. Now this is kind of like a pro and con. Storage on this, you can fit things on the trunk. It's a little tight. Oh, actually no, it's actually, you have a ton of space back there, but the top comes off, and then the top pretty much takes the whole space. You can't really fit, you can maybe fit a backpack back there if you have the top off, but that's about it. Storage wise, you can get groceries in it, don't get me wrong, with the top on and all that, but if you have it off, nah, don't even try. All right, reason number 5 where I think it's a bad idea to daily drive it is insurance. Come on, guys. I don't know why, but when I first got this vehicle 3 years ago, I was paying like $400 or $500 a month for full coverage. I'm like, are you serious? $400 or $500 a month? I'm like, no, I can't be paying that. Like, I see everybody paying like half of what I'm paying. I'm like, are you serious? Just because it's a sports car, being a Corvette or whatever, insurances are going to jack the price up. And especially if you're a younger guy, daily driving this, I know sometimes you could tell insurances, like when I told my insurance on my motorcycle, I'm like, I'm only going to be driving it or riding it for a couple months. I'm not going to be during the winter time. You can't really ride, but during the summertime or even the winter time, you don't really want to ride this, even though I did for 2 years. It's actually not that bad, but I'll get into that a little later. But yeah, insurance costs, they're definitely going to get you for a sports car like this. All right, guys, reason number 6 is a con. I haven't got in trouble in this yet. Speeding, it's real easy to hit 0 to 60, guys. You hit it 0 to 60 in like, what, 4 some seconds? It's real easy to get in trouble with the law in this. I know it's super tempting to, let's say in a light, to just floor it and then just go. It's real easy. Especially, I know a lot of younger guys get in trouble with these vehicles, and there's guys that get in trouble with supercars. But you know what? It's on them, but just kind of not discouraging you why you shouldn't. Actually, I personally don't believe you should daily drive a Corvette, especially in Colorado. It's just, why would you really want to do that, especially if you have shitty weather during the winter? If you're in California, that's cool. You could daily drive it. You don't really have shitty weather like we do. We have snow, and this isn't too bad in the snow, but certain blizzards, it's kind of a pain in the ass. So guys, that was 6 cons. Now we're gonna get to the pros. All right, come on, guys. It's a Corvette. It's fun. The looks are amazing. Just me, this right here is a beauty. Like, honestly, originally I wanted the 7th generation. But I kind of just had to settle with the 6th because I couldn't afford the 7th. And I definitely didn't want the 5th generation just because I didn't want pop-up headlights. I was either thinking if I went the 5th generation, I would get a Z06, but I just prefer the base model. So yeah. Another reason is the community, guys. This kind of goes with car community, Corvette community, any community. You can go to Cars and Coffees, the meets, drag racing, you can go anywhere, and then everybody's always going to talk to you about Corvettes, and this is definitely a good conversation starter. Surprisingly, I don't know why, but with the 6th generation, I do know why, but it's a lot of older people that come and talk to you. Not a whole bunch of guys your age, or my age at least. It's always guys that probably own a 5th generation or 4th generation, a lot of older guys, and then a lot of these guys telling me like, oh, why do you have a Corvette? Or like, why do you have I don't even know. They just ask all these older guys, and a lot of times they just talk about like, oh, back in my day. I'm like, you know what? I kind of don't really care about back in your day. Like I care about now. Me, it's cheap. That's another reason, guys. It's relatively cheap for the power you get. Like you're gonna get a bang for your buck and all that, and this, well, you find Corvettes like mid-20s all day, 6th generation. Z06 probably high 20s, low 30s, somewhere around there. Z01s, you're probably looking about what, 50,000 maybe, give or take. They're pretty much tanked in price. They're gonna keep falling once the 7th generation, or no, the 8th generation Z06 come out, and 9th generation. They're just gonna keep tanking. So that's another pro. They're relatively cheap. They're plentiful, and easy to work on too, guys. They're easy to work on, and guys, surprisingly, they actually do pretty well in the wintertime. I'm not gonna say they do the best, but get yourself some good tires. I actually took this in a couple snowstorms, and wow, I was surprised on how well it performed. Like this, I took in this through what, 2018 and 2019. We had 2 badass blizzards, and I think one of them is actually called like the bomb cyclone in 2018. That was a badass blizzard, and I drove this through that whole blizzard, and it did just fine. Actually, it didn't really do just fine. I remember 2019. It actually was actually no 2020, right before I had my charger. I got my charger in 2020, and right before I got my charger, I had to take this through another blizzard on 2020, and somewhere in beginning, I think somewhere in March or something like that, this thing just wouldn't go. It was maybe going through a turn, 30 miles an hour when it was, or actually no, 15. I couldn't get this thing past 15 or 20 miles an hour just because there's so much snow in the rear tires, or just underneath, and just the snow was so high up. And that's another reason why you shouldn't daily drive this, especially in the snow, because the clearance level is just so damn low. But yeah, guys, another pro, what I would say is it's reliable. Like I said, I've taken this through snowstorms. I've only really I wouldn't say I've actually had an actual problem. This vehicle has pretty much been there through my ups and downs, my all-time highs, my all-time lows. It's always been there for me. If I ever need a vehicle, if my charger's not there, this is definitely up next. I prefer to take the charger just because it's a little more economical and eco-friendly, and it's all-wheel drive. Actually, it could be taking an all-wheel drive, and if it doesn't sense it needs to be an all-wheel drive, it'll go into rear-wheel drive, guys, which is pretty cool. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it, guys. I know I kind of want to show you guys a bit more on this car. I'm definitely going to be able to vlog more with my other vehicles now that I don't have my Yamaha R6, but I'm definitely going to give you guys an update. I did get a call back from the shop, and it's kind of not a call I didn't want to get. I did want to hear from them, but it's not the conversation I wanted to have. Alright, guys, but anyways, that's pretty much it. That's kind of a few reasons why you should or shouldn't daily drive a Corvette. Me personally, I wouldn't want to suggest that you drive a Corvette or daily drive a Corvette, especially in Colorado. If you live in a place like California where you have better weather, summer weather year round, that's perfect. Yeah, go for it. But if you live in Colorado, just nah. Maybe summertime, yeah, but don't daily drive that Corvette in. Definitely not in the winter. I've done it before. I prefer not to, but now that I have another vehicle, I don't have to. But anyways, guys, if you guys enjoy the video, leave a like down below, comment down below, subscribe if you haven't, share this video if you haven't, hit that bell for notifications, and I'll see you guys on the next one. All right, I'll see you then.